from space. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. Anyways, yeah, gonna get cracking on some web dev. Gonna just play around with some stuff. So first things first, I'm just gonna see what I was doing last. Yeah, actually that's gonna tell me nothing. I've been doing a lot of stuff. My last commit was in October. Anyways, that's whatever. Let's just boot up our project, the Jekyll serve command, and away we go. Port 4000. Christ. Whatever. And this is the page in question that we are working on today. Yeah, so I don't know what are we doing here. I think there's a bug when you get to the end of the quiz. So you go through all the questions, la-di-da, answer whatever you want. It works in almost all the cases now. Sure, sounds like me. Yes, I would contribute. Quote from Barack Obama. That's very lovely. And now, boom, boom, boom. These all appear. That's great. However, dun 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 dun, this disappears. And I think I already know why. It's because here, where we're selecting the lists to hide, I'm being a little bit too general. So the lists we want to hide are these ones in here, these quiz role features lists, these ones that are hidden, just not the one that's the role that they chose. But we want to hide all the other ones, but being too general. So we got to say, let's say the data quiz subscription panel. Data quiz panel. So we'll go like this. Data quiz panel, subscription, and it should be good to go now. How do you like it in tablet mode? Or some sort of weird, fat, kind of wide, chubby, fat tablet? I don't know. Anyways, whatever. It's something or other. Huh. Apparently Twitch is playing audio. That must be me talking, but I can't hear it because I've got my microphone plugged in, and for some reason it thinks that the microphone is also a speaker or headset or something, but whatever, no big deal. So this is probably going to give us 2. Yep, pro developer or novice game developer. I would like to choose my role. I'll be a novice game developer this time around. Would I contribute? Sure, why not? Again, Barack Obama. I'm gonna add some more quotes in there so that it diversifies it a little bit more, but anyways, bam, 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 bam. So all the stuff popped up, that's good, that's what we want. And this list did not disappear. Beauty. That is problem solved. Okay, what's next on the agenda? I'm not too sure. We've got that. Let me check my notes real quick. I probably have notes of more stuff that need to... I do have notes of more stuff that need to be done, for sure. Okay, let's see. So that was task... Oh, that wasn't even a task. That was just me going off on a tangent, making stuff look cooler. I don't know. Well, anyways. Screw it. Why don't we just not do tasks and keep freestyling? That's always fun, right? Code freestyling. Who doesn't like that? So I think something else I want to do, let's just go over this again. Sorry about that fan noise, by the way. I'm looking for a way to filter that out midstream, but I haven't really figured that out yet. The only thing I've been able to do for sure is filter it out in post-production. I can do it in Adobe Premiere, but I don't know how to do it with OBS Studio, which is what I'm using to stream, because it's open source and it's awesome. Very good. Very good, very good. Right, anyway, sorry, losing my train of thought. Let's see here. So we go through the quiz again, blah, 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 doesn't matter, choose whatever you want, blah, 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 blah. Just hopefully we don't break it, because it does still break in a couple situations, but it's pretty hard to trigger those, I think, at this point. Kind of edge cases for sure. Maybe that's what I'll do after messing around some more. Anyway, so these come in really nice, but this here doesn't show up. Or sorry, it shows up, but there's no transition in to make it look nice. So I think I want to have it come in after all these things, bloop, 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 up here. And then this maybe fades in, and then this could fade in too. I think a fade would probably be a more appropriate transition than that grow zoom transition on those other ones. Kind of switch it up a little bit. So we're going to want to go into our, actually not landing.css, that's the one. And we're looking for, let's just look for delay. Yeah, so here we go. That's where we're delaying all of those. So after 1 point set, 1 point, or 2 seconds, I suppose, is when we'll trigger the this guy to fade in. So we got to set that transition up first before we do anything. So how are we going to target this? Oh, icon down. We've already got targeting for it. Cool. So landing, icon down. Oh, but that's way back there. That's okay. We can target this a little more specifically. Specificer. Alrighty. So how can we target this? Same way we targeted that other thing. So, oh, alright, that's not in here, it's in the JavaScript, no big deal. Go back to delay, so we put it in the same, roughly same area. So, I guess, let's say data quiz panel, data, what is it? Quiz subscription, and yeah, quiz subscription. Or even we could just not be that specific and we could just say quiz panel, because I don't think we have this down icon and icon down anywhere else, so that's fine. So let's target it that way, and let's say opacity starts at 0. Oopsie daisies, starts at 0. Transition, come on, autocorrect. Opacity 0.3s, same as, oh, those are 0.5s, okay. Oh, I see, because I've got them kind of staggered. Okay, that's fine. So 0.5s, same as the other guys. Then we'll say data quiz panel. Data quiz panel in its active state, data quiz active. Then icon down, and we will say opacity goes up to 1. Brilliant. And we can just throw the transition delay right on this guy here. Transition delay 2 seconds. Just put a comment here so I actually remember what I was doing. Following the above list items. Item delays. Doop. Alrighty, so let's just test that one first and do an isolation. Oh, what is this? We have a notification. Oh, I got really excited. I thought someone was watching my stream. I guess not, whatever. No, not important. Yeah, right, so we're testing that. Find your aptitude. I'm ready. I'm ready. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. And blah, blah, blah. And I'll choose artist this time around. Yes, I would contribute. Ooh, we've got a quote from Jacqueline Novogratz. What a cool name, Novogratz. And boom, fades in right away. Well, not right away, but that's the point, not right away. After those fade in, or zoom in, whatever. Okay. So, next thing, we will fade in the form. Why did I do that? This form. So, let's see. Alrighty. So I guess at the moment it looks like I'm just targeting it as a form, just the only form on the page. It's just whatever, it's fine. Until I have another form, it's no big deal. I don't really need to be specific. However, I think for the case of this animation, I will be a little more specific. Just because that's what I feel like doing, and programming is all about them feels, right? All right, anyways, so data quiz panel again. But this time we'll say form. We'll say opacity 0 as well. Which we could basically do these. Well, no, let's make it a little bit different. Transition zero opacity. Opacity. But let's make it a bit longer. Let's say 1.5 seconds. That's a slow burn on this one. And transition delay of 2.3s following that pattern. And then just scoop that. And say form instead of icon down. And we'll throw it up to 1 again. Brilliant. Let's give it a test. Find your aptitude. I'm ready. Let's do it. I already know how to make games. Yes, I create artwork. Not as much as I enjoy making them. Comfortable writing code. I eat code for breakfast. And look at that. I'm a pro developer. Sounds like me. Anyways, would you contribute your code to a greater cause? If I sit up like this, am I out of the frame? I am, just a little bit. Anyways, yes, I would contribute to a greater cause. From Madame Novogratz again. I don't know if Novogratz is a French name, but anyways. And look at that, it all fades in real nice. I'm happy with that. I think that looks pretty good. It did kind of seem faster than 1.5 seconds, but whatever, I guess 1.5 seconds isn't exactly a long time either. So anyways, cool. So that's a little bit more messing around complete. And do I still have preserve log on? I do. Let's shut that off real quick. Cool. What next? Let's find something else to do. How long have I been running so far? Does it tell me on Twitch? Doesn't tell me. Interesting. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's actually do a list item this time and be somewhat productive. So, can you see me reading this on there? whatever. Anyways, is that actually how bright it looks on that screen? Wow, that's so washed out. Well, kind of. Maybe not as much as I thought. Anyways, whatever. Anyways, so I could finish the none of the above system. That's realistically, that's what I should do. That's the last like real technical challenge of this project, I suppose. This mini project. Well, kind of, more or less. The last part is just kind of matching up. Just changing some properties based on their selected role. So yeah, none of the above system. So I have to create, if user has no strong match, offer them a general subscriber role. Okay, so we got to make that general subscriber role. I feel like this is half done already, which is always fun to figure out exactly where you left off, but alas, this is what we have to do. So yeah, okay, none of the above system. Let's figure out the status on that and then go from there. So, how does it actually work right now? Let's have a look. None of the above. So that works. You can choose none of the above and it gets rid of all the other answers. What happens if you choose it 100% of the time? Okay, so that's a bug. We don't want that. So I'm going to write some notes as I go here. Let's say crash cases being the times where it messes up. So if you answer none of the above times 4, that crashes it. Let's see if we can find some more edge cases that throw the thing for a loop. Alrighty, ready, let's do it. Okay, so we gotta throw a few answers in here this time. What if we just say one answer perhaps? So that's a player-based novice developer answer, and then say none of the above to all of them. I feel like this is going to break it. Yeah, okay, so one role, let's say role A, and 3 times NOTA. That crashes it. Okie dokie. See what else crashes it. I feel like, I think that might be the only case left, actually, now that I think about it. Because if I say, so let's answer as a player. Oops, you guys saw me pick my nose. Oh well. I prefer playing games to making them. So that's, okay, so 2 answers as a player, and then none of the above for everything else. You are a gamer. You are a little hard to peg, but I'm thinking gamer would be a good fit. Okay, cool, so that doesn't crash it. So 2 answers towards a single role. Let's do 2 answers to a single role, 1 answer to a second role, excuse me, and then 1 none of the above. So do gamer again. Not as much. Do you enjoy playing games? Hell yeah, boy. That's gamer again. And then, sure, let's do artwork. And then none of the above. How's that look? Ah, look at that. It handles it beautifully. You are a little harder to peg, but I'm thinking gamer would be a good fit. You also showed interest in the artist role. Perfect. So now, how about, we know, I think I know if you choose 3 or 4 of anything, it's always going to work, because that's an almost perfect match and a perfect match, which is handled a little bit differently. I guess let's just try it though for good measure. So let's answer 3 towards 3 towards novice game developer. I do, but also I'm curious how they work. Not yet, but I want to learn. And none of the above. There you are. You're a novice game developer with no tendencies. Cool. All right. Well, not no tendencies, but no other tendencies, according to this. You want to know how to blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. All right. So that works. And then I'm guessing if you answer all 4, it's always going to work. So let's do that again. 100% yes. I would do, but also I'm curious how they work. Not yet, but I want to learn. Right now I'm more interested in utilizing artwork while I learn development. Beauty. Novice game developer. Look at that. And you perfectly matched, so yeah, that's working. Okay, so that leads me to believe that the only case not working is when you answer 1 to each role. So let's try spreading 1s across all 4 roles and see what happens then. Oh, sorry if that was loud and if that makes anyone uncomfortable. Sorry about that. It's just so good. Anyways, do you enjoy playing games? So 1 for gamer, 1 for artist. We need, I already know how to make games, so 1 for pro dev, and 1 for novice dev. Is that the only one we didn't do? I think so. Oh, so it actually does handle that case. All right, so if you answer 4 completely spread out, it tells you, doesn't know you showed interest in everything, choose my role. Cool, all right, so that works. Now, let's try let's try 3 and then, didn't I already do that? No, I tried 1 and 3. So let's try 3 and 1 this time. So 3 different roles, each with 1 answer. So I'm happy being a user. So 1 towards gamer, 1 towards artist, and 1 towards pro dev. So we're excluding one of them from here. Laptop's not too hot, that's good. Anyways, and then 1 none of the above. And there you go, that breaks it. So that case was 1 roll A, 1 roll B, 1 roll C, and 1 none of the above. So yeah, I think the pattern here is if there's no if you're answering 1s to each role, or not to each role, sorry, because if you answer 1 to every single role, it works, but that's the only case for 1 answers that it works, I believe. So let's have a look at the code finally, shall we? Oh God, what function is it? This code is really becoming a mess. I would really like to clean this up and perhaps modularize it, so make a little library out of this or something. That'd be all right. Here we go. So this is where we're matching the roles. So perfect role, almost perfect role, those work. Good roles dot length. So if there's a single 2 out of 4 match, so we've tried that, that works. Or if there's a double 2 out of 4 match, we didn't test that actually, but I'm pretty sure I saw that earlier, so I think that works. Here we go. This is the case that is working, but not 100% of the time. So, or if it's a completely scattered. So let's see. Yeah, why don't we just make this, if they don't get more than 1 for any role, it kind of means they didn't really match it too strongly, right? Like so if maybe roles.length greater than 0, so say it not if it's completely scattered, but if the user only got 1 out of 4 match is. And we're going to need to make this a little more dynamic. We can't just be hard coding that. Shouldn't really be hard coding that anyways, but anyways, what you going to do? Okay, so the format here is we've got comma, 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 and for the last one. Okay, so let's say var role message equals empty string, or actually, better yet, let's say you showed interest in the and then we'll say maybe roles less than maybe roles dot length I plus plus. So we got our little for loop here, and we'll go through each of them, and we'll say or what do we want to do? I guess let's just make it simple. Keep it simple first. So you showed interest in the role message plus equals herp derp derp role aliases maybe roles I plus nothing. Actually, we're going to say up top here, if I is greater than 0, append a, or prepend more rather, one of those guys. And we're also going to say if I is equal to maybe roles dot length minus 1. So if we're on the last of the roles, role message is going to add, we're going to add an ampersand. How about that? Ugh. Trying really hard not to swallow because I know it sounds yicky for you guys, but anyways, whatever. Alrighty. So we've got our listing stuff. That should all be good. Yeah, and then here we're gonna say role message plus equals. Let's throw a ternary expression here. Ternary, however you say that. So we'll go maybe roles dot length greater than 1, I suppose. Question mark. So if it's greater than 1, it's going to say roles, or if it is 1, it's going to say role. Now we can chop this bad boy out of here. Say keep that space and throw in our role message. So and we already have to choose the role, so that's all working, I believe. So let's have a test. All right, I'm ready, let's do it. So what's the situation where we got to test? We got to test one role and 3, okay, so let's just say I prefer playing games to making them, and then let's go none of the above. None of the above, none of the above, and oh dear. Well, that's not what we want. So that didn't work. It is different than last time, but it did not work. Oh. So it's getting the buttons right. Choose my role. Actually, I don't want a role. It's got that down. Role message looks like it's hidden or not there at all or something. Oh god. Okay, that was it. Oh, hold on. Is role message? No, that's where the message goes, right? So Role message. Data quiz role message. Where is that being defined? Oh. Oh, no, yeah, that's why it's not working. Let's change this to role sentence. How about that? How about that? Role sentence and role sentence. I think we were conflicting variables and we were overwriting something when we shouldn't have been. Oh, the joys of the loosely typed languages. Just kidding, I actually really don't mind loosely typed at all. I know people get really anal about it, but it doesn't bug me. And look at that. Oh, not quite. This is embarrassing, but I'm not really sure which role is best for you. You showed interest in the... maybe if there is only one... Maybe I should say you're an okay match for blah, 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 if they got one but nothing else. Yeah, that'd be more dynamic, I suppose, and also this messaging doesn't really make sense if there's only one role. I'm not sure which one's best for you, but you only showed interest in one. Yeah, doesn't make sense. So, still no one watching. Anyways, just thought I'd check. So this is embarrassing, blah, blah, blah. You showed interest in the and artist role. Okay, so I guess this has to be, so let's fix that first. I equals maybe roles.length and maybe roles.length greater than 1. I believe that should fix that. Hell yeah, boy. None of the above, none of the above, none of the above. This is embarrassing, but I'm not really sure which role is best for you. You showed interest in the gamer role. Yeah, I think that makes sense. If they only showed interest in one role, we'll just say that's their role. We'll give them that. Otherwise, okay, so this is actually going to be 1. If the user, but then should I show 2 roles if they matched 2 with 1 interest? You know what? No. I'm going to keep this simple, and I am going to just reword this a little bit. This is embarrassing, but I'm not really sure which role is best for you. Instead of you showed interest in the, maybe we'll just say you did show interest in the choice is yours. You're going to please tell me what role you see yourself in. I think that should be good. Let's try this again. So we'll be a novice game dev this time. Oh dear. Why is that happening now? Shit. So we have, oh, right, because I fucking changed that. Shouldn't swear. I want this to be PG-13. My bad, childrens. Alright. So I'm ready. Promotion. Oopipa. I prefer playing games to making them. None of the above, and none of the above. This is embarrassing, but I'm not really sure which role is best for you. You did show interest in the gamer role. ... The choice is yours. Please tell me what role you see yourself in. Yeah, I like that. That works. Just remove one of said dots. And or just, yeah, do that. And I don't know why I am caring about that. That really doesn't matter how that works. Yeah, so how many regenerations we had so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, not bad. We've done quite a lot for 12 saves, file saves. You did show interest in the gamer role. The choice is yours. I'm going to remove that first ... and just have a dot. There we go. Yeah, cool. All right. So let's just throw a couple more of those edge cases that we had from before at it. So we've tried 1 role, 3. That's fixed now. Oh, none of the above times 4 is the last one I think we're going to have to do. Anyways, role A. Okay, so distribute to 3 different roles and 1 none of the above. So mainly enjoy the works of others. So that's player, artist, and pro dev. And none of the above. And look at that, now it works. This is embarrassing, but I'm not really sure which role is best for you. You did show interest in the pro dev, artist, and gamer roles. The choice is yours. Please tell me what role you see yourself in. Bam. A pro developer. Sure, I'd contribute. Sometimes I just like looking at something when it's so close to completion. I like just running through it a few times and doesn't that look nice? Yeah. Cool. Anyways, that is all systems go. That 1 pixel little gap right there is gonna drive me crazy. Seems to only show up at like odd pixel values or something. Like 1117 it's showing up. 1115 it shows up. 13 it doesn't. 13, nope. 12, 11, nope. Ah, so it's not even odd values, it's just random, sometimes it shows up. That's so irritating. Anyways, whatever. Not important, not really a deal breaker that there's 1 pixel of yellow on the side. That's really fine. So yeah, now we just need that last edge case, which was none of the above times 4. So I'm ready, let's do it. Oh shit, I already messed that up. All right, find your aptitude, I'm ready, let's do it. Okay, none of the above, none of the above, none of the above, none of the above. There you go. So that still breaks it. What would we even want for the message on this role? I obviously wouldn't want sounds like me. I want to choose my role. Yeah, I don't know. I got to think about that for a second. Results are in, but you have no strong connection with any of the roles. So I guess the thing to do would be to show... Oh, right, this is where that subscriber role is going to come in, I guess. The whole I don't want a role thing. What happens if you even click that right now? It messes up totally. Okay, so that's the next step, I guess. Okay, well, actually I have added that none of them link, so I can check that off. But yeah, if a user has no strong match, offer them a general subscriber role. All right, so if the user only got 1 out of 4 matches, well, that's not that. So I guess anything else, scary statement, so I might be a little more specific than that, just to be super sanity check-y. But this is the case where no strong match. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna keep this as a catch-all for everything. I don't think there's anything else that would trigger this condition, but yeah. So no strong match. What are we gonna do? We're gonna have, I guess, so children, this is bad. You shouldn't do things this way. Because there's a concept in good programming called don't repeat yourself. So what I did, just by copying that block of code, I should really abstract that to something else and have it as like a function or something I can call. But in this case, I am kind of lazy. And also this is a sort of rapid prototype sort of deal. So really, it's not that all good coding practices go out the window. Definitely not how it should be. But it's more, let's get this done quickly. That's more the focus of rapid prototyping. Anyhow, you can always optimize it later, right? You can always, premature optimization is the root of all evil. Ding. Anyways, document.query selector, blah, 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 blah. So that's just fiddling with the buttons. So in this case, we're going to say message equals. So it looks like you didn't have a strong match for any roles in our community. That's no problem, though. If you'd like, you can still join using the general subscriber role and stay non-specific Cannot spell. Specific. Still can't spell. Still can't spell. Good lord. Specific. State non-specific. Specific. Anyways. It's just going to get weirder and weirder as the night goes on, guys. I'm sorry to tell you that now. This is also not really good practice, throwing our lots of HTML in strings and putting it in inner HTML and stuff like that. Technically, though, the reason putting stuff in inner HTML is bad is because, like I'm doing down here, saying role message.inner, and up there apparently, role message.html equals this message string that we're creating right now. The reason that's sort of bad practice is because if user is able to, like if you had a form and you were collecting the user's name, let's say, and you included that variable that the user entered a string, like if you had user entered content in the string that you are then putting in the inner HTML, and that user entered content is sanitized, so to speak, you open yourself up to, I believe it's called cross-site vulnerability, like scripting vulnerabilities, or something like that. Anyways, point is it's kind of insecure. Not kind of insecure, it is insecure, so you gotta be careful. But if you're not putting any user input into the stuff that you're injecting into the inner HTML, then still probably not the best practice, but it is at least safe. So in this case, we do have variables in there, but they aren't user entered variables. So should be fine, right? So what are we going to say? You can choose to be a general subscriber or choose a role. That sounds good. And let's just throw this down and see what it looks like. So what do we have to do? None of the above times 4. None of the above. None of the above. None of the above. None of the above. And look at that. And the results are in. So it looks like you didn't have a strong match for any of the roles in our community. That's no problem though. If you'd like, you can still join the general subscriber role and stay non-specific. You can choose to be a general subscriber or choose a role. Oh, I've kind of got the verbiage wrong though, don't I? I'm saying general subscriber role here, but then I'm saying, actually, I don't want a role. Interesting. Yeah, I don't want to actually change these buttons, so I'm just going to change the wording in here. You can, because I would sort of prefer people to choose a role, so I think I'll keep that as the button, and the smaller link will just be, you can continue without a role or choose a role. You can still join without a role. So it looks like you don't have a strong match for any roles in our community. That's no problem though. If you'd like, you can still join without a role. You can continue without a role or choose a role. Okay, dum diggly dum. I'm just curious, anyone else watching? Else, not like anyone's watching. No one's watching. 0 people, 0 in the, I'm gonna throw a message to myself. That's a hilarious emoji, oh my god. I like that a lot. Anyway. It's gonna show up in my chat, I hope so. Huh, there's either hella latency or my, oh, it is showed up, ha ha ha. It's just delayed. That delay though, whatever. Still cool, still pretty amazing that this is even possible, and not only possible, but so easy to set up. Like, I'm just blown away. Anyways, none of the above. So, it looks like you don't have a strong match for any roles in our community. That's no problem though. If you'd like, you can still join without a role. You can continue without a role. You can choose a role. Maybe I'm just going to switch that sentence around, and then we should be good. You can choose a role or continue without a role. And maybe let's just change that link to that link can say, instead of actually in a role, let's say continue without a role. All right, none of the above, none of the above, none of the above, none of the above. And look at that. So it looks like you don't have a strong match for any roles in our community. That's no problem though. If you'd like, you can still join without a role. You can choose a role or continue without a role. Choose a role, continue without a role. So now we have to make that actually work and not just redirect you back to the same panel but without the button. Yeah, so I guess that just means, what would that look like? We have to so I guess if they've got all 1 matches, it means they're currently set up for, or no, would we even specify it here? I don't think so, because there's no looks good to me button. So yeah, all right, cool. So I guess we just need that. Oh, whoops, this is the wrong thing. Get rid of that, get rid of learn.html. Except I'm definitely going to change it. It's not going to be learn at the end, but continue without a role. So data point key. Why don't we say data quiz role key equals none, just like we did down there. Perfect. So now that's already going to be wired into our role key. Attribute is here. Set role and go to bonus. So we're just literally setting that straight from the chosen role, blah, blah. And now I feel like there's going to be a switch statement or something where I'm going to have to add that none role. Oh, I guess we can skip the, yeah, we're going to have to skip the bonus question somehow. Or are we? Yeah, it would still be good to categorize even people without a role as open source friendly or not. So that means we're going to need another bonus panel. So artist, new dev, player. So we're going to grab player. And we're going to say, are you interested in open source? Question mark. Should I capitalize that? Sure, why not? Let's just do it. Definitely need to change the verbiage up here. I feel like that's messed up on all of them, but whatever. I'll just fix it there for now. So let's say C here. Are you interested in and/or interested in learning more? So let's change that up a little bit. Are you interested in and/or Are you interested in and/or in learning more about open source technologies? What's the format on the other ones? Yes, short line, then break, BR, BR. Our community revolves around open source games. Our community revolves around source games and uses an open source development process to create the games that we produce, to develop the game we produce. Development process to develop, not, to create the games we're known for. Should this be our community? Yeah, it's a community thing. It's not just me. It's everyone. Yeah, that sounds good. And we're not contributing anything now. We're saying yes, open source sounds interesting. Nope, not interested. Thanks. Nope, not interested, thanks. And this is not player, but it's going to be none. That ought to do the trick. So let's throw it here, see how it comes in. Oh my god, there's someone watching. It's probably just me though. If there's actually someone watching, thank you for joining us. Welcome. We're just creating a little quiz program here with nothing but vanilla JavaScript, vanilla CSS, and not that there really is such a thing, but vanilla HTML, whatever you want to call it. So at the moment, we are debugging a situation where the player, or it's called the player, the user, whatever, chooses none of the above for all the answers. We're going to offer them, we're going to sort of not push them to choose a role, but present that first and say you can still choose a role if you want one, or you can do without a role. So if you do that, it takes you to contribution. But now contribution almost doesn't make sense. Are you interested in open source? Are you interested in and/or in learning more about open source technologies? Our community revolves around open source games and uses an open source development process to create the games we're known for. Open source projects have a lot of benefit for the technological and artistic communities. Yes, it sounds interesting. Nope, not interested, thank you. Oh, right, I have to make that actually go somewhere. What is that even hooked up to? Contribute, no. Oh, that's just, I haven't made a case for it yet, that's all. That's no problem. Can do that after. Yes, it sounds interesting. And there's some nice quote from Obama. And dun dun dun, dun subscription page, but okay, so it points you to here, but we're just not showing any subscription package because there isn't one. Where our role is none now, so we need to throw in a subscription package for none as well. Or a feature set, whatever. Simple is going like that. Pasting that, and we're not even going to change any of them for now. We're just going to say, look at that. Makes sense to have none sort of mirror the new dev a little bit, which is what it already is actually, so could be a way to go. None of the above, none of the above, none of the above, none of the above. Continue with roll. Yes, open source sounds interesting. Still contribution might, I don't know. Might have to change that. And look at that. Now it works. Cool. So now we've got our fifth role, which is technically not a role. Alrighty. I think we're good to go. So that's that done. What next? Reward contribute panel. Maybe more quotes. Wire up the no answer on contribute panel. Oh yeah, okay, so I already captured that. Cool. Role-based benefits highlight on subscription panel. You know what? I think for the sake of this stream, I might end things there. I think that's a pretty reasonable stopping point. Yeah, we covered a fair bit of stuff in this, and I think we did quite well. So, yeah, all right. Catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching, if you did, which I feel like, well, I don't know. It says there's one person watching, which is probably me, but just in the off chance that there actually is someone watching, thank you for watching. And if you are catching this later on YouTube or possibly Vimeo or wherever I end up posting it, cheers. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, y'all.